Hello everybody who happens to find this video. Today I am going to be talking about my TBR for the O.W.L.s readathon. Now I don't know if I'm doing this right because I am an absolute noob. It took me a while to actually choose my careers and I actually decided to do 2 careers. I don't know if you're allowed to do that. Everybody just seems to be doing one, but I decided to do 2 careers. I had 2 that caught my eye. I have my little notes here. I had 2 that caught my eye. The first was the seer, which is like a psychic person basically. I chose seer, just the most random one out there. And I also decided to go, because I did that and it only had 3 owls that you had to do, so it's only 3 books, I thought I'm gonna maybe do another one. I know there was other little training things you could do. I was kind of looking at them and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know. I thought, you know, I'm just gonna pick another career, and I decided to go for the journalist or writer one because in real life that's basically what I want to be. I want to be a writer, so I thought that would be perfect. And how great of a journalist would I be if I was a seer? I can see into the future. When you can gaze into the future, you might think life would be a breeze. Anyway, so I decided to go for the journalist or writer career as well. So I'll start with the seer. I have all my books. They're in a box right now because I'll insert the clip I filmed yesterday, which was me trying to locate all of my books because I recently got my room redecorated. All my books were packed away into boxes. I still haven't got my bookcases up yet, so all my books were in storage and I was having to go and get them and roam all around and find books that I had not yet read because they were all spread about. All my books are still in boxes. There's more there, there's some upstairs. So now I am currently going through all my books, finding books that I have not yet read to put together my TBR for the O.W.L.s readathon, which I have decided now I'm gonna do. I saw a lot of videos on this and I wasn't gonna do it, but I've decided I'm gonna do it. This is my chance as well that I'm gonna either gonna do a reread of the first Hunger Games, the first Twilight book, which I have not yet read, and a book called Potion Study. One of my prompts, I can't remember which one it is, I think it's divination, is put your TBR into a random number generator and read the one it comes up with. So I'm gonna do that for them, and then depending on how that rolls, I may be able to use the sequels for these books in the other ones. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Oh no. There we go. Okay, so the first one for the seer career is Ancient Runes, and it had to be a book with a heart in the cover or in the title, and I thought, oh, that's gonna be easy. I could not find a single book. It was hard to find them because they were all in boxes, but I was searching for ages trying to find a book with a heart on it or even heart in the title. I don't think I own a book that has heart in the title. I don't think I do, but I found this book and I got it at Christmas. I think it's a non-fiction book, but look at that heart. That's a definite heart in the middle. It's called Dangerous Women, The Guide to Modern Living by several writers. Claire Conville, Liz Hoggard and Sarah Jane Lovett. So I got this for Christmas from my friend. It's got a heart on it, so I'm excited to, and I love hardback books. So that is my, there's an apple on the inside. So that is the first book, and I think I will start with the seer career and then move on to journalist or writer after that. I'm just gonna maybe read it in that order. So I'll start with this one. So that is the first book for the seer career. Then I had astronomy, which was read a majority of this book when it's dark outside, and I decided, I guess that means you could read any book, but I decided to read Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. I picked this book up in a charity shop and I have not yet read it, and oh my god, I fell in love with it the moment I saw it. I literally only paid £2 for this. It's got that old-fashioned vintage feel to it. I've never read Rebecca. Oh my god, the writing is small. but I figured this would be perfect for my read majority of it when it is dark outside, because I could sit in bed and read it and pretend that I live in a countryside manor. And then I had divination, and that was to assign numbers to your TBR and use a random number generator to pick your read. For this one I had the first book from the Hunger Games, which I have already read, but I've been wanting to reread it because it's been years since I read them and I want to reread them before the new one comes out. I also had the first Twilight book, because I've never actually read them, and I also decided to go for a book called Potion Study, which is part of a series. I have the first 3 books. I remember I bought them years ago and I never ever got around to reading them, and it's called Potion Study by Maria V. Snyder, and I figured how this pans out will affect the rest of my readathon, so I only had the 3 books to put into the generator. Okay, so number 1, number 2, number 3. I'm just about to put these into a random number generator. The number that came up was number 3, and that was the one I signed for Potion Study by Maria V. Snyder. Like I said, I've had these books for years. There's 3 of them. I'm pretty sure there's more to the series now, but at the time I bought the 3. Chronicles of Ixia novel. So I thought that's perfect. That's my one for divination, so I thought that is great. Next, for the journalist or writer, History of Magic. It was a book featuring witches or wizards, and what better book to read but Harry Potter. It's probably the only book I have that features witches and wizards, to be perfectly honest, but I have not read the Harry Potters in years. Like, I don't even really remember them, to be perfectly honest. I seen all the movies first and then I read the books. I was getting them from the library, and I haven't actually read the Chamber of Secrets, I don't think. So I figured, what better book? I want to reread the Harry Potters this year. What better way than with the O.W.L.s Readathon? So I decided I'm going to do Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Look how pretty. I love these copies that I have. They're so nice. So that is my History of Magic book featuring wizards or witches. And then I had Muggle Studies, book from a perspective of a muggle, and I just decided to go for one of the books, one of the last books in my TBR, because to be perfectly honest, I've been working through my TBR and I've been working through them all at quite a fast pace, and now I'm literally quite limited as to what I have left. But I have Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn. I've been wanting to read this book for a while. I picked it up in a charity shop one day. Book from a perspective of a muggle? Yeah, that's a book from a perspective of a muggle. So Gone Girl. It's quite a few pages. And finally, the other O.W.L. for journalist or writer was that you could pick one other subject of your choosing, and I was like, well, I want to do one that I haven't already done. I was just kind of going through all the different prompts. I quite like the Charms, which is a white cover. Potions was a book under 150 pages. I was trying to do that one, but I couldn't find a book that was under 150 pages. The lowest I had was like 170, and I was like, no, because I want to be strict about this. I'm following this to a T. And then there was Herbology, which was title starts with an M. So I went for that one because I thought, perfect. This is perfect. Magic Study. It is the sequel to Potion Study. And I was so pleased when this one came up in the random number generator, because I was like, this one starts with an M and it's a sequel, and it means I can read these 2 books one after the other. So that is my TBR. I have 6 books. The shortest, I think, is The Philosopher's Stone by the looks of it. So, I mean, yeah. I applaud the people who chose the alchemist career, because that was to read 12 books, I think, because it was read a book. Basically needed every hour, so you had to read one from every single prompt. I do half of that, so anybody who chose alchemist, I applaud you. I applaud you. So I don't know how well I'm gonna get through this. I really don't. That's my books for the month of April. I'm sure this will keep me occupied for the foreseeable. So thank you so much for watching this video. I will probably be vlogging my attempts at this readathon. Let me know if you're taking part. I would love to see what your TBR is, what career you chose. I chose the most random one. Fingers crossed that I actually do okay and that I actually finish it. But I'm actually really looking forward to this. I love doing readathons. I love doing the social distancing readathon, and this one is so well done. It's so well thought out. I will leave a link down below to the video that Book Roast did explaining it all. Good luck, guys. Good luck with your owls. I'm also wearing a Harry Potter t-shirt. I'm a Slytherin. Slytherin pride. I hope you're all doing well, and I shall see you in my next video, whatever that may be. Bye, guys.